Next. All right, now this geographic variation was then presented at an EPA meeting in 2001. This was a public comment sent in by John Hesh, July 11, 2008, showing the map broken up into 4 regions of the United States. And in the West region, there is a minus 9% excess risk for PM2.5 and mortality. Again, supporting the notion that there's no current effect in California as of, this would be as of 1982. Next. All right, my study came out at the end of 2005 using the original CPS-1 cohort for California subjects, and I found a small effect from 73 to 82, but no risk at all, 1.00 from 1983 to 2002. And so this, again, is showing no effect in California. Next is a paper published at the end of 2008, actually went online August 12th of 2008 by Professor Ziegler and Samet and others from Johns Hopkins, and it again found no effect in the western part of the United States. In that study, the western part of the United States was defined as California, Oregon, and Washington State. And this is an extremely large cohort of Medicare enrollees, and shows that there, again, is geographic variation because they found a substantial effect east of the western United States. Okay, the next piece of evidence is the 2009 HEI report by Krusky and others that are in this room, particularly Michael Jarrett and Arden Pope. And what I did here was divide their results into time periods, and it looks to me, if I'm interpreting this correctly, that the major effect is in the 1980s, 82 to 89, and not in the 1990s. If you break it down by decade, and then if you break it down by the last 2 years that are available, 1999 to 2000, down to an effect of 1.014. And that's not statistically significant. Now, there's a lot of numbers in that table. These numbers came out of table 33. But again, I believe the effect is diminished from the 80s to the 90s, and since we're now in the 21st century, I think we need to look at data as recently as possible because of these declines. Okay. Next bit of evidence comes from my own letter that I submitted to the New England Journal after a paper came out by Professor Pope in January of 2009 showing that there's no relationship between declines in PM2.5 and increases in life expectancy in the state of California. And this letter was not published, but it is published as a comment on a CARB website. This leads me to another aspect of this that I think is troubling, and that is points that are not really represented well in, go ahead. Excuse me, that's it. The report, I don't believe, from the 2009 HEI report, properly addressed my paper or the Ziegler-Samet paper or the risk map. The risk map is actually missing in this paper. Instead of clarifying the request that I made for geographic variation, there's no map in the 2009 report. And also there's no discussion of California-specific results. This is a table 4 from Pope's paper showing life expectancy increases with declines in PM2.5. Just a week ago, there was a presentation made by Dr. Stan Young showing that if you divide this into the east and the west, you get the eastern portion supports the findings in the Pope paper, but the west portion shows the line goes in the other direction. And again, this is something that I think needs to be addressed in fully presenting evidence. I've got a number of other slides which are part of my presentation. I really don't have time to go through them right now, but I'd like to make some concluding points. I'd like people to look over these points because they're all critical to assessing the Tran report and so forth. But skip forward several. I'll keep going. Go ahead. There. This is about the next. California is actually a very healthy state. If you look at the data from the CDC, you find that it ranks 4th from lowest in total age-adjusted death rate as of 2005, and it's 6th in life expectancy at birth. And this is, I think, an incredible indication that California is really a very healthy state. And you have to put some priorities on all of this, and I think we're doing quite well in terms of our overall health. I'd like to conclude by making some recommendations based on my findings. First of all, I think there needs to be an objective reassessment of the relationship between PM2.5 and premature deaths in California with independent reviewers not connected to CARB. I think they need to assess the relationship of PM2.5 to diesel PM in California and the need for diesel regulations that CARB has implemented, because I'm not seeing the connection. And then agencies like CARB and HEI need to fund all legitimate researchers, including critics, in order to show a commitment to objective air pollution epidemiology. And I still believe, as many others have requested, that there be an independent investigation of the reasons why all board members weren't informed of the fraud regarding the PhD by Dr. Tran. And thank you very much for allowing me to speak.